All right, there we are. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Hive Mind Thanks Landing event. My name is Woodhouse. All right, and we are bringing you another matchup from the Platinum Division Tournament. Platinum Diamond. Freaks, would you like to introduce our players? Pro 2.
Diamond 1v1 third player. Yeah, there we are. Just Diamond Team Master. We got Laser Drill here is a Platinum 1 player and a Diamond Team. And I know Laser Drill actually has a but we'll see how he does. I mean, realistically, he feels pretty good about CBC. I've seen him play before, and obviously you have too. And I actually haven't watched most of it, so it'll be interesting to see how he plays.
Well, and I think actually we are in for a hell of a matchup, considering this is Tal'Darim Altar.
Does this version have the rocks?
No, it does not. No, it does not. This is the new Blizzard version where there are no destructible rocks at your third. So these players are going to... Yeah, they're going to be able to take a fast 3 bases. Hopefully we get to see a good macro game out of both of these players. Like I said, the first match between Prosu and Jaylelli, a little bit short. It was a little bit, it was back and forth. It was a good matchup in that sense, but it was a little bit short for my liking. I don't think he did. I think he may have just been off a little bit in his game. So to start things out, Freaks, why don't you go ahead and introduce our player up here in the top left-hand corner.
Top left, we got the Red Zerg.
And spawning down here on the bottom left-hand side, we have his opponent, Laser Drill.
Awesome.
So,
I don't know if I should avoid this. Maybe it's just the tabs I got open in the background. I got the brackets going. So.
It very well might be, but before we get too deep into things here, Freaks, I think we actually do need to thank our sponsors. So we would like to thank NVIDIA, Balls, the ASMSU for some funding, Montana State University, and the MSU Hive Mind. Once again.
I can put you as an observer.
As always.
We have to thank them sponsors.
We have to mention them.
Do you know what map for? Yeah,
they do.
Apparently these guys are university.
You want to create a show? Yeah.
Counter-Strike, cover me. I don't think he can. So...
He's actually, it's like Laser Drill. It's on the wall here with his overlords. He's gonna find Prosu before he finds him.
Yeah.
As soon as he runs into that overlord, he's gonna know where he's at. So,
exactly.
Guy scout you, scout.
Now, one thing to keep in mind is this matchup, are we going to see expands? Like, it seems like in a mirror matchup, expansions are the hit or miss of the entire matchup. And what I mean by that is, like, it seems like if one player expands, the other one doesn't, and the player that expanded usually dies.
There's a couple things I actually see in CBC sometimes. The obvious 2-base, bunch of circles all in. Just keep pounding the other player's circles, and if the other one is allowed to commit this, they will. I know I've seen that in games between Laser Drill and actually happened a couple seasons ago.
Now it'll be interesting to see whether Prosu decides to punish this early expand or not. Jaylelli did the exact same thing to Prosu, and actually he got punished pretty hard for it.
Yeah, did he go hatch first?
No, he did not.
Because I know I was actually talking to Jay the other day during practice matches, and he feels like hatch first is pretty vulnerable. You know, if you don't go spawning pool first, hatch first, you got opponent scouts that can punish you pretty bad for it.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, we may see that now. It is worth noting here that both of these players do now have an expansion of their own up, which throws, you know...
Prosu did notice that hatch did come before the pool, too.
Yeah, and I mean, if we look at the timings of the pool, Laser Drill is still waiting to get his, whereas Prosu has his already.
Yeah, Prosu decided to go for the pool first, then the hatch, and obviously Laser Drill hatch first.
Brian. Hey, Brian.
I wonder how that's going to turn out if Prosu... I wonder if he's going to, you know, try to punish that.
Now, we do see that both players do have their gas at this point, so I mean, you know, everything at this point, I think the linchpin right now is going to be which player gets their speed first. We do see that both players do not have speed at this point, although Prosu is just about, he is at 100 gas, he could get it right now. Laser Drill's a little bit behind, and that worries me just a little bit, because if he gets speed and then goes follow up with a Baneling Nest, that could be lights out for Laser Drill fairly early.
Banelings are going to be very, very effective earlier in the game here. And, you know, then we can see some roaches too, but looks like Woodhouse has turned his mic off.
Sorry, we had to take care of some administrative work while we're working here.
No problem. I understand. I know the feeling.
So we do see both of these players. We do see, okay, at least speed coming out. Ooh, now this is a mistake that JLL made as well. Prosu got his speed fairly early, whereas Laser Drill still has not gotten his, and that's something we saw in that first matchup. But we do see a Roach Warren. That Roach Warren.
Opting for roaches instead of looks like evolution chambers just going to be on top of his upgrades. So as soon as speed's done, if he can get a bunch of roaches out, Roach decides to put some pressure.
It could, and actually now that we do mention it, speed is coming out for Laser Drill. We do see an evolution chamber. That was probably the evolution chamber you mentioned that I just missed, but it is finished now in the back of Laser Drill's base. Yeah, and at this point, we talked about in the earlier game that the expanding part might be the part that comes to bite one of these players. Now, do you think that's going to happen on the third, or is it going to be a later expansion that one of them takes that may be a little bit greedy that they can't hold?
I really don't know. He doesn't look like he's just going to go for the range right now. So he's putting all kinds of lanes, flooding right now into Laser Drill's base.
Oh.
Has a whole lot to defend against this.
Yeah, that's no good. It looks like he is going to take out the Queen, though.
The Queen goes down. Yeah, it's definitely going to hurt him.
And the worst part about this is Laser Drill does not have speed yet.
It's just about done. You got 10 seconds on the clock.
If he can hold out that long, it will be a grand day.
2 roaches out speed. Help a little bit.
Them roaches.
Change the category.
And the Queen survives, it looks like.
Yeah, that Queen does survive. Now, mind you, that is the Queen from the natural. The first one did die.
Yeah.
So, I mean, at this point, that actually does put Laser Drill slightly ahead in terms of tech, because obviously he has the roaches out. He can fend off a lot more with roaches than you can with lings and veins.
Yeah, definitely. And even after that engagement, you see the harvester count for both players, 35 for Prosu, 34 for Laser Drill, very even. So I don't know if that pressure was very effective.
And let's look at the workers killed tab. Actually, Prosu did manage to kill 3 workers in that engagement, so he is ahead in that tab. But I mean, like you said, it's going to be interesting.
Lost. We see more resources lost for Prosu as opposed to Laser Drill. Only 75. It's minute, but it's something.
Yeah, and I mean, like in mirror matchups, especially, it seems like those little minute numbers are the ones that end up mattering. We do see some more Lings going to go ahead and attempt to poke up here. A few of them going to get taken out, but it looks like they are scouting for the third, and they are not finding what they set out to look for.
Both players just remaining on 2 bays here at the 9-minute mark. More roaches coming out from Prosu, so he decided to go for roaches himself. No big ones from either player.
So, Freaks, I have to ask you, does this mean we're going to see a macro game? It seems like both of these players are content now that the initial aggression is over to go ahead and just back up and macro. We do see Prosu going to come over to his third and clear out the one Ling that is over there.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to go for a third, definitely, and it looks like Laser Drill has already got his own third, so yes, he's going to go into a longer game. It's kind of a tug of war there in the beginning, and neither player was able to get the upper hand, but it looks like they both realize that, hey, this isn't over. I got to expand and I got to get ahead.
So we actually do see Laser Drill ahead slightly in that timing. If we look at the production tab, it's 27 seconds now on the hatchery for Prosu to the 35. Now, mind you, it was about a 4-second gap. I had trouble finding one of the hatcheries on the production tab, but it's about a 4-second gap in between them.
If you go ahead and look at Army right now, look at the supply difference. We've got 84, 84. Well, it looks like Laser Drill supply just jumped up to 75, but still Prosu is ahead in supply. He's got a bunch of roaches here at the edge of his natural. And if you look at the amount of roaches that Laser Drill has, they don't compare at all. I mean, it looks like Prosu, if he would decide to push out right now, damage.
Yeah, but then comes the question: Is it too soon to push out? Is Prosu trying to hit some sort of a timing? I mean, we don't see many upgrades. We do see Laser Drill getting level 2 missile attacks, only to the level 1 of his opponent. So
no infestation here, so we don't see.
It doesn't matter to me. We can wait.
More infestors.
But
he's pretty confident just to go for roaches right now.
We do have mutas coming out though for Laser Drill, but that is a lot of roaches coming across the map. And like you said, if he hits this timing just right, he is probably going to do a lot of damage to Laser Drill.
It depends if he wants to keep these mutas a secret or not, or want to expose him here to defend his base. If he uses the mutas, he could hold this off
He could. The Roach is coming up, backing up into the Spine Crawler. Oh my goodness. The Roach battle, but but that is still a lot of Roaches flooding through the front of Laser Drill.
Speeders can't do a whole lot of damage.
And we do see the Roaches just making a beeline, taking out the Queens. Taking out the spawning pool. Nope, going for the lair. I almost feel like it was the right read, but just didn't happen well enough in terms of what he had left for defense.
Trying as best as he can to hold on, producing more.
See, now that at that point, I feel it is almost too much. Instead of producing ground,
that's just going to destroy all of his tech and his income.
And
Goes down.
there goes.
Roaches are going to get, they're going to get cleaned up, but it just isn't enough.
Yeah.
A whole other batch of roaches.
I mean, it comes down to the League of Legends quote yet again, which I absolutely hate using for anybody watching this after the fact. But at what cost was that trade? I mean, we do see.
Needle's going out right now and probably snipe that hatchery if they can get the spore crawlers fast enough.
Yeah, that's going to be the kicker here, is if the spore crawlers end up popping. Oh, but he's no. It looks like the spores. Oh, the spores finished, but he's going to take one down, focusing it down. Not actually going to get a Medu kill yet. He'll get one off of this. Yep, there's one Muta that goes down.
He's got some roaches floating up there. That's a lot of roaches that he's just got sitting right. So he's going to be able to possibly hold this off.
the goddamn storm
He's
that's
got
coming.
three Mutas in production for Prosu.
Yeah, at this point, the major tech advantage has to go back into Prosu's favor, even though Laser Drill is ahead in supply right now. There's not a whole lot that Prosu can do in terms of...
Prosu's deciding to go ahead and push out right now. Realizes his opponent is vulnerable and you can do some real damage.
Yeah, and he's catching him way out of position, and at this point, I almost feel Prosu is content to say, yeah, you can have these roaches, because I completely screwed up your economy.
Yep, you did. You have to look at the fourth innings coming out for Laser Drill, and that leaves Prosu still on 2 bases. He hasn't replaced that hatchery.
And actually, this roach push is going to get cleaned up. That was a lot of units lost.
That is. It looks like Laser Drill's probably he's in the lead right now.
Laser Drill, for the first time in this game, I agree with you. The balance has switched back over into Laser Drill's favor.
You do see Mutas coming out from Prosu and they're headed down. I don't know if they're going to be able to do some damage if Laser Drill's got the micro. He can clean those up without taking too much losses. He doesn't have any spore.
Oh, and it looks like we're going to get the engagement just out here. Oh no, but they miss each other.
They miss.
Oh, but he's going to swing around. The two queens going to
decides to take off.
Right now, actually, let's take a look at the units tab. We have 12 Mutas out for Prosu to the 10 of Laser Drill. So at this point, I almost feel like Laser Drill needs to follow up somehow, but I'm not entirely sure how.
He does. I think honestly, he needs some more larvae. He needs to inject a little bit more. He's floating 2,400 minerals right now compared to the 300 of Prosu. Then again, Prosu does not have that third base, and he does not have that fourth. Laser Drill, that fourth is not operational right now. He lost all his tech. He doesn't have a lair. Actually, his second base is a lair. So he replaced it there.
Okay, so he didn't lose that much in tech. These queens going to help pick off some of the Mutas that are flooding through here. Actually, I don't know if you noticed a little skirmish up here in the choke point, but Prosu had some pretty dang good Muta splitting to try and minimize the damage.
Yeah, he's got Hydras out as well. That'll definitely help him out against those.
Picking off, but Laser Drill losing the queen in the main, throwing down spore crawlers. These are the reactionary spore crawlers.
Lost a lot of drones there. The drone count is down to 43 for Laser Drill, 44 for Prosu, even though we've seen Laser Drill is 4 bases, Prosu still sitting on 2 bases.
Yeah, to be honest with you, on the side of Prosu, I'm not entirely sure I would continue down the path of the Spire unless you were going to go for something like Corrupted Broodlord. He may want to focus into something more so along the lines of Infestor. He's getting Lings out now, he's got Hydras, but the Infestors... Yeah, the Infestors might be the key.
Good engagement right now in the middle of the map.
Oh, and I was just about to...
I think Prosu definitely has Laser Drill has the upper hand here.
Yes, he does. He surrounds with those Lings. He has more Mutas in the air. By 1, actually, at this point.
And nothing to stop these Lings from flooding right in the base except for a couple of Spine Crawlers and Hydralisks. They got a lot of drone kills.
Yeah.
Maybe not.
Oh, and yeah, maybe not. He decides he... That sounds normal.
Check out the supply. 74. This is definitely
Yeah, and at this point, actually, I think Laser Drill managed to restabilize himself in this game after that early aggression. And we do see the Lings trying to run by again, but they are going to get picked off a little bit. He did check for that third. The third again.
This has got to be devastating for Prosu being able to. For Laser Drill being able to keep him on 2 base this far. I mean, we're almost 20 minutes in the game, and if you look at his main, it's almost mined out, and this can't go on for much longer. I mean, I think Laser Drill here is pulling the old Idra. You know, he's just going to weather his opponent down.
Yeah, I mean, like, something here has to change, and I'm
trying to get that third once again, but I don't know. If Laser Drill can catch it, it's going to be game over here soon.
Yeah, and actually we do see some mutas moving out along the left side of the map, and the mutas from Laser Drill are going to get caught completely off guard. But we do have Spores up in the main of Laser Drill at this point, able to completely...
There's only, what, we got 6 mutas here? They're not going to be able to last too long to get some Spore Crawlers.
Yeah, definitely. And actually, I hate to say it, but there's not that much mining left in Laser Drill's main, and actually that was good Spore Crawler placement.
Looks like the mutas from Prosu are going down on third, which has no Spore Crawlers, just a Queen, which is going to get sniped, or maybe not.
But Laser Drill did manage to snipe the third again of Prosu, throwing away some units. He was just willing to do that. He does need it, however, to pull back and
he's
bring...
floating almost 4,000 minerals, you can tell he's moving fast here, because the supply is evening out. It's 198, 99 to 98. Looks like Prosu's just taking the supply lead.
He just, well, and Laser Drill brought it back, but at you know, what cost did he do it? We do see a bunch of Lings coming out now for Prosu.
This could be pretty scary.
Yeah, Laser Drill literally has nothing on the ground to defend this.
Nothing at all. This is very scary. It's very surprising at the same time. I did not expect this to happen.
Yeah, and at some point we did have an infestation pit for Laser Drill thrown down as well, but at this point I don't think it matters. That's a lot of units flooding into his base, taking out whatever drones that didn't burrow there.
Yeah, lots of roaches in production for Laser Drill. We've got 19 roaches in production, 8 Spore
Oh, is he going to snipe it? Is he going to...
Infestation pit is going
Oh, no, it's not. He saves it. He saves... Har har.
I think he knows this is a good spot.
I feel like that is the truth.
We do have the third is about drone transfer coming over because, well, we've got 105 minerals left to finish this main base.
You know,
go ahead.
I just want to point this out. Prosu does not know about that 4th base. I just checked his vision and he has no idea it's there. So actually this entire time, Prosu...
Check out the income tab, and despite the workers being you see that the income of the Laser Drill is like 500 above the income of Prosu, and their gas is about the same, that many minerals. I mean, you can also look at their total minerals and see that 2,000 minerals for Laser Drill and 300 for Prosu. Definitely, it's like he's using those extra minerals.
Yeah, exactly, and I mean, we still do see Laser Drill floating about 24k minerals right now.
Yeah, it looks like Prosu there is finally able to secure his third. If he's going to try to expand the fourth and try to bring himself back in the game, I don't know. I mean, we've got a big roach push coming here from the map.
He needs to support it with...
Yeah, it looks like they're checking for a fourth.
Oh, and we do have mutas coming in. Those are going to go up before the Spine Crawlers, before the Spore... Oh, those are all Spine Crawlers. Oh, my God.
Check out the... Jeez, check out the supply 163 to 85. I mean, I don't know how this will come close this without absolutely.
And here we have it, freaks, at the 24-minute mark. Prosu just confirmed his biggest nightmare, and that was that 4th base is still there.
Indeed. Looks like he's going to push. Looks like he's going to try to take out that 4th base. He's got a bunch of Lings flooding in that direction.
But the infestors are out now. Laser Drill does have infestors down there, but he did run them past. So yeah,
a bunch of roaches versus Middleists, but he does have good fungals on those Middleists. Loses one.
Oh.
Those Lings are doing a lot of damage there at the 4th.
Yeah, they are. Actually, let's just take a look at the workers Lust having. Oh my God, 58 workers killed for Prosu.
That is a lot.
Or 58 for Laser Drill, excuse me, and 6.
I don't know if it's enough to bring him back though, because 175 supply to 87. Laser Drill can't handle this. There's his 4th base. Looks like he's got a bunch of roaches in that direction. They'll be able to do fine. Saving that 4th, killing a lot of roaches there also.
Yeah, and actually now these infestors are coming out with a little bit of energy. I don't know. Yes, he did it. Actually, oh my God. Yes, that is... Oh, it got picked off. The infestation pit did get picked off, but he did, however, have the.
What map do we do next?
He had. Wow, I'm drawing a mental block there. He had pathogen glands upgraded, so that was done before that infestation pit did go down. It will a little bit, but look at this drone. It looks like Prosu is going to go ahead and finally move out, try and secure a fourth, but that is a very big maxed out army of Laser Drill at this point. And actually,
200 versus 103 supply. If Laser Drill pushes right now, he has a good chance of finalizing this game.
Laser Drill actually getting level 2 carapace right now. He's on 2-1, but that is, like you said, a very, very scary army composition.
Especially compared to the 0-1 upgrades of Prosu.
Yeah, and you know, this is, oh god, he's going to push in here now. Even with those 4 spine crawlers, this is still a horrible position because he has mutas with him. A good fungal is definitely going to take out any army that comes up. Infestors leading with the Infestors.
Oh, you lost 1, lost 2. Gotta keep those bastards alive.
That was a little bit of missed micro, and Prosu with the GG, well played.
Laser Drill taking the game 1-0. Very surprising.
No, and you know what? I think he should.
To my left here, just about to start game 1 here.
We would like to also point out Nighthawk is screwing up the brackets, holding up the brackets. That's the funnel match of the evening. So, loading into the game now, spawning here on the bottom side of Cloud Kingdom LE, we do have our Blue Zerg player Laser Drill. And spawning up here on the top side, Freaks, why don't you do the honors?
Top right, we got Bruce our Red Zerg once again. Losing that last match to,
You can host.
Basically, but
nothing past the
I'm kind of curious what's let's just try this.
yeah, and basically, I think we were both a little bit surprised by the outcome of that game because, like you said in the last one, Laser Drill hasn't played in quite a while.
Yeah, I mean, he even told me that's why he pulled out of this tournament originally. Was because, he's like, I don't have time to practice. I'm really worried about this, A lot of school stuff's going on. I'm not going to be able to play tip-top. But it looks like, with that pressure of being launched, he feels like he has to do it, and he was able to pull that game 1 away. So, I mean, I'm pretty excited for that.
And we do have the riddles being thrown out by Laser Drill right now.
Very clever. Prosu left in the field. Throwing him off his game very early in the game here. Good strategy.
And actually, interesting look at Prosu's base. We have a gas first coming out. Actually, from both players, we have gas first coming out.
That's surprising. So we're not going to see like a 14 match or the other way around.
It'll mean early speed for both players. Now, whether it means we'll see some early banelings or not, that'll be something it'll remain to be seen. But we'll definitely see early speed.
Yeah, of course. Hopefully, Laser Drill gets on the speed timing earlier. I mean, it's not like it cost him the game, but it did put him a little bit behind there in that first game.
It was a lot of worker kills for Prosu in the early rounds of that game because, it shows the very apparent difference of having speed versus non-speed on creep.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, that last game was definitely an indicator to
how things can go from being totally one-sided there earlier in the game to completely one-sided for the other player. It looks like when you go you hang out on 2 bases for a while like that, you feel good. You feel like you're putting a lot of pressure on your opponent that you don't need to expand. You just need to keep going. But if they hold you off, they're able to secure an expansion, especially that fourth that Prosu had no idea about for that long. That definitely, I think, securing the win for Laser Drill.
And also at this point, I'd like to point out that Prosu is expanding. That expansion's about a quarter of the way done. Laser Drill still has it. Prosu is on 18 supply, the Laser Drill's on 21, so at this point the supply really isn't telling the story.
Not at all, because we've got a couple lanes going out right now, no drone yet though, so it doesn't look like he's going for that expansion quite yet.
Prosu is going to fly the Overlord into the expansion of Laser Drill. See nothing there. Might be shitting his pants just a little bit right now.
Oh my god, am I getting 8 real trust?
Yeah.
The Queen doing some funky business right here. Gonna go block off the room, maybe.
Oh, and we do have, actually, we have a Baneling nest coming out for Laser Drill right now.
Do we?
We do.
I think that's a bit ballsy.
Ballsy.
I think so.
Considering we have a Baneling nest coming out of Prosu as well.
guess this is where we're going to see the one base versus the two base actually wins.
Yeah, and like I said, usually once that player expands, that's when they get that realization, like, oh my God, I don't have units.
Exactly.
And you get hit by a timing of speedlings, banelings, whatever the case may be, to basically throw you off your game. And we do have a nice little ling trap down there in the middle. And actually just a stream of lings coming out from Laser Drill right now.
Definitely a lot of lings on the way, and they're going to be able to push back these lings for Prosu, and that'll be fine. Will's actually over here watching.
Oh, so we do have a spectator. Hi, Will. Hi. So we have Blood Cooker is also spectating the game with us. We're glad to have him. Oh, and that is a lot of banelings.
Indeed, that is.
Oh, what the banelings, Batman.
Check out, well, looks like we got a couple banelings from Prosu, but that's definitely not enough compared to what we got here from Laser Drill. Look, he's shitting his pants and he's running right back to his base. It's like, oh my God, what's going on there?
Interestingly enough, I'm waiting to see the emergency banelings or the emergency lings coming out of.
All those banelings are dead, and he's free to go get some drone
kills.
Oh,
he's going up into the main.
Spinecrawler.
That is some bad luck right there.
Definitely it is. We got two banelings.
He got some drone kills. 4 workers killed. 4 workers killed. Control R is workers. The workers killed him. And actually,
finally, I think he's getting that expansion.
Yeah, and actually, right now, I think he managed to set himself right again, and he's not as far behind as he thought he was, or at least that we thought he was by not expanding. Yeah.
Only a separate supply difference, which is huge. It looks like Laser Drill's confident just to kind of chill in his base right now. A couple banelings from Prosu coming in, going to be able to easily mop up these Laser Drill's Zerglings here. Doesn't have impeccable micro.
Well, and that was one wasted baneling on one.
There we go. There's some micro right there. Oh, he's going to get it.
Yeah, there we go.
Sacrifices 2 Zerglings there.
2 more lost lings. That's okay. We'll take it. Oh, he's got to be careful. And the micro.
This is where the 2 early hatchery from Prosu is going to
Oh! Did you see that? Laser Drill managing to survive. Although, this could be rough. This could be rough.
4 Zerglings in production for Laser Drill. 6 more for Prosu. They're just flooding across the map right now. It's like
Prosu realized the vulnerability that his opponent had and is taking full advantage of it at this point. And the baneling. Did he actually? He didn't. I was going to say, he didn't get anything.
That queen is going to die. Possibly. Let's get a transfuse off. He doesn't have the energy. Now he has energy.
Oh.
Got that transfuse energy.
And now we had. Oh, I was going to say, did we have Manor banelings in the back of Laser Drill's base, but we did not.
Okay, and it cancels the morphing on those. No banelings. Have to make another queen now to keep up with the production of Prosu.
So actually, if we look at the workers kill tab yet again, Laser Drill is still in the lead 4-0.
I'm surprised that baneling was taking any trouble from Prosu. That's going to be a sad day for him. Here they are regenerating like
One thing I would like to point out though is the saturation on the main base for Laser Drill is a hell of a lot better than his opponent. And actually on the natural, Prosu not doing a very good job of saturating his bases, which is going to hurt him in the long run.
Yeah, he got that earlier hatchery. He isn't currently able to keep up with the drone production. We see 28 for Laser Drill and only 22 for Prosu.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean at that point, you're kind of shooting yourself in the foot because you need that extra production. Now we do see a bunch of drones that just popped out of his production tab, but
it's going to even out here. He's still confident to put on pressure and not sit back and expand. Careful not to waste the paint there on that Zergling.
Those were absolutely
Oh, he's trying to split the army.
This is the micro battle.
It was it.
Here we go. Oh, and the banelings, and we get that micro battle with Laser Drill coming out ahead in the supply, 59 to 35 right now. As I said, it jumped up to 38, but 35 at the time.
And I was like, oh, I should Brigade Blink, or I should Colossus play this time.
So actually, that was the shitting down the leg moment for Prosu and the mass of Banelings and Lings that are going to be flooding out here in response to actually losing that army. But actually, look at the supply. Laser Drill jumping way ahead in this battle.
Indeed, check out the workers. He's still far ahead in Harvester. He's got 36 to 26, and I mean, it looked like Prosu was trying to get on his drone production there for a minute, but just still falling behind.
We do see that one Ling, that poor little Ling, is going to try and run back to his friends and tell them the sorrow news.
Yeah, it's like the hell back to the base.
Yeah, exactly.
It's for some shit.
We are in for some shit.
And we see that shit incoming right now. Oh man.
Oh my god. Is this the Ling Roach rally of 2012?
This is.
Oh my goodness.
But we don't see any Roach.
Well, I walked into your van. If you walked into my van.
No,
he's got a Spire going up actually. He's going to go for this Weakless. It looks like Prosu's right here ready to go. These Spire Crawlers can knock off the Roaches long enough to survive time with the Weakless.
Yeah, that's still quite a ways off yet, though. Looking at the production tab, he's still got 25 seconds on that Spire, plus the build time of some mutas. So at this point, these Roaches are going to do some damage. And I don't know that he...
Go ahead. There's a GG for Prosu.
So Prosu...
2-0. Prosu, that is very unexpected.
It is unexpected. So ladies and gentlemen, Laser Drill taking that matchup 2-0.